What if I told you that two of the most common daily habits for millions of seniors are silent saboteurs, working together to steal your energy, your independence, and even years from your life? We're not talking about rare diseases or complex medical conditions. We're talking about two choices that, for many, have become a normal part of their day. The choice to light a cigarette and the choice to remain still. The question we're exploring today is, are smoking and no movement bad for seniors' health? The simple answer is yes. But that simple answer does a grave disservice to the profound and devastating impact these two factors have on the aging body. This isn't just about being a little unhealthy. It's about actively accelerating the aging process and dismantling your body's ability to thrive. Many people think I've smoked for 40 years. What's the point in stopping now? Or I'm too old and tired to start exercising. These are not just excuses. They're dangerous myths that are robbing people of the vibrant, healthy, and independent retirement they deserve. In this detailed guide, we are going to pull back the curtain on these two silent saboteurs. We will explore the shocking, science-backed truth about what smoking and a sedentary lifestyle are really doing to your body after the age of 60. We'll look at the damage to your heart, your lungs, your bones, your brain, and your muscles. But most importantly, this is not a message of fear. This is a message of hope. We'll also provide you with a clear, practical, and gentle blueprint for how to fight back. We'll show you that it is never, ever too late to quit smoking and embrace movement. And we'll reveal how taking these steps can add not just years to your life, but life to your years. So if you are ready to reclaim your health and build a stronger future, stay with me. This could be the most important video you watch this year. Part 1, the first saboteur. The devastating impact of smoking on the aging body. For a senior, continuing to smoke is like pouring gasoline on a fire that is already burning. The natural aging process already presents challenges to our bodies, but smoking multiplies the damage exponentially. Let's break down exactly what this habit does to the key systems that determine your health and independence. 1. The assault on your heart and circulation. Your cardiovascular system is your body's life support network. Smoking is its number one enemy. The chemicals in cigarette smoke, particularly nicotine and carbon monoxide, are poison to your heart and blood vessels. Nicotine is a stimulant that raises your heart rate and blood pressure, forcing your heart to work harder every minute of every day. Over years, this leads to a weakened, overstressed heart muscle. Carbon monoxide is even more sinister. It robs your blood of oxygen. This means every cell in your body, from your brain to your leg muscles, it's being starved of the essential fuel it needs to function. Furthermore, the toxic chemicals in smoke act like sandpaper on the smooth inner lining of your arteries, creating damage and inflammation. Your body tries to heal this damage by forming plaque, which is a thick, waxy substance. Over time, this plaque builds up, narrowing your arteries in a condition known as atherosclerosis. For a senior, this leads directly to a massively increased risk of heart attack, when plaque ruptures and a clot forms, blocking blood flow to the heart. Stroke, when a clot blocks blood flow to the brain. Peripheral artery disease, when the arteries in your legs become so narrow that you experience pain and cramping when you walk, severely limiting your mobility. Continuing to smoke after 60 is not a game of chance. It is a guarantee of cardiovascular damage. 2. The suffocation of your lungs. Your lungs are incredibly resilient, but they are not invincible. Every puff of a cigarette introduces tar and thousands of toxic chemicals that paralyze and destroy the cilia tiny, hair-like structures that clean your airways. Without the mucus, tar, and debris buildup, leading to the chronic cough, often called smoker's cough. But the damage goes much deeper. Smoking is the primary cause of chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a devastating and progressive condition that includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Emphysema slowly destroys the tiny air sacs in your lungs where oxygen exchange happens. Imagine your lungs as a sponge with millions of tiny pockets. Emphysema turns that sponge into one with a few large, useless holes, drastically reducing your ability to breathe. Chronic bronchitis involves constant inflammation and narrowing of the airways, leading to a persistent, mucus-producing cough and severe shortness of breath. For a senior, living with COPD means feeling breathless from simple activities like walking to the mailbox, getting dressed, or even talking. It robs you of your energy and traps you in a cycle of inactivity. 3. The weakening of your bones and body. Many seniors are shocked to learn that smoking directly attacks their skeleton. Smoking reduces the blood supply to your bones and interferes with your body's ability to absorb calcium. It also affects the balance of hormones, including estrogen, which are crucial for maintaining bone density. This leads to a significantly higher risk of osteoporosis, a condition where bones become weak, brittle, and far more likely to fracture. For a senior, a simple fall can lead to a broken hip or spine injury that often marks the beginning of a rapid decline in independence and overall health. Studies show that elderly smokers have a fracture risk that is up to 50% higher than their non-smoking peers. Furthermore, when a bone does break, smoking slows down the healing process dramatically, leading to longer recovery times and a higher risk of complications. 4. The clouding of your mind and senses. The damage from smoking extends to your brain and senses. The reduced oxygen and blood flow caused by smoking can accelerate age-related cognitive decline and significantly increase the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Your brain needs a rich supply of oxygenated blood to function properly, and smoking systematically starves it of this vital resource. Beyond cognition, smoking also damages your senses. It is a major risk factor for age-related macular degeneration, AMD, a leading cause of blindness in seniors, cataracts, a clouding of the lens of the eye, hearing loss. The toxic chemicals can damage the delicate structures of the inner ear. The myth of it's too late to quit. This is the most important message of this section. It is never too late to quit smoking. The human body has a miraculous capacity for healing, and the benefits of quitting begin almost immediately, no matter your age. Within 20 minutes, your heart rate and blood pressure drop. Within 12 hours, the carbon monoxide level in your blood returns to normal. Within 2 weeks to 3 months, your circulation improves and your lung function increases. Walking becomes easier. Within 1 year, your risk of a heart attack drops dramatically. Within 5 years, your stroke risk can fall to that of a non-smoker. Quitting smoking in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s is the single most powerful step you can take to improve your health, increase your lifespan, and enhance your quality of life. Part 2. The second saboteur. The perils of a sedentary lifestyle. The second saboteur is more subtle than smoking, but in many ways just as destructive. A sedentary lifestyle, life with no movement, is a modern-day curse, and it is particularly damaging for seniors. Being sedentary doesn't just mean being a couch potato. It refers to any extended period of sitting or lying down with very low energy expenditure. 1. The breakdown of your metabolism. When you are active, your muscles act like sponges, soaking up sugar glucose from your bloodstream for energy. This process is helped by the hormone insulin. When you are sedentary, your muscles become resistant to insulin's signals. Your pancreas has to work overtime, pumping out more and more insulin to try and get the job done. This condition, known as insulin resistance, is a precursor to a cascade of metabolic problems, including type 2 diabetes. When your body can no longer control blood sugar levels, weight gain, especially dangerous abdominal fat, which is a major risk factor for heart disease, high cholesterol, and triglycerides, further damaging your cardiovascular system. A sedentary lifestyle essentially shuts down your body's natural ability to manage energy, leading to a state of chronic metabolic chaos. 2. The collapse of your musculoskeletal system. Your muscles and bones operate on a simple use it or lose it principle. A sedentary lifestyle sends a loud and clear signal to your body. These muscles are not needed. This triggers the process of sarcopenia, the age-related muscle loss we discussed earlier, to accelerate dramatically. As your muscles weaken, a number of devastating consequences follow. Loss of strength, making everyday tasks incredibly difficult. Poor balance. Weak core and leg muscles are a primary cause of falls. Joint stiffness and pain. Movement lubricates your joints. When you remain still, your joints become stiff and painful, often worsening the symptoms of arthritis. Your range of motion decreases, making it harder to reach, bend, and twist. A lack of movement traps you in a vicious cycle. Joint pain leads to less movement, which leads to more muscle weakness and stiffness, which in turn leads to more pain. 3. The toll on your mental and emotional health. The connection between our bodies and our minds is undeniable. A sedentary lifestyle is a major contributor to poor mental health in seniors. Physical activity is a natural and potent antidepressant and anti-anxiety remedy. It boosts blood flow to the brain, reduces stress hormones like cortisol, and releases mood-boosting endorphins. When you are inactive, you are deprived of this natural chemical uplift. This can lead to depression, feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and a lack of interest in life. Anxiety, constant worry, and unease, cognitive decline. Studies have shown a clear link between a sedentary lifestyle and a faster decline in memory and other cognitive functions. Movement stimulates the brain and may even help grow new brain cells. Part 3. The vicious cycle. When the two saboteurs work together. Smoking and inactivity are dangerous on their own. But when they are combined, they create a devastating synergy that rapidly accelerates the aging process. It's a vicious cycle that is tragically common. It starts with smoking, which damages the lungs and reduces the body's ability to use oxygen. This leads to shortness of breath and low energy, because even minimal exertion feels difficult. The person avoids movement and becomes more sedentary. This lack of movement causes their muscles to weaken and their joints to stiffen. The heart, already stressed from smoking, becomes even less efficient without the benefit of exercise. The person gains weight. Their metabolic health declines and their mood suffers. This decline in physical and mental health can increase stress, which often leads people to smoke even more as a coping mechanism. This downward spiral, where each bad habit feeds the other, is why a senior who both smokes and is inactive will experience a much faster decline in health than someone with only one of these risk factors. It is a perfect storm that systematically dismantles their health from every possible angle. Part 4. Your blueprint for a vibrant future. Taking action today. Now for the most important part of this video, the solution. Acknowledging the problem is the first step, but taking action is what transforms your life. It is never too late, and the steps are simpler than you think. 1. Your action plan for quitting smoking. Quitting smoking is a challenge, but millions of people have done it, and so can you. The key is to have a plan. Talk to your doctor. This is your first and most important step. Your doctor can discuss a wide range of aids, from nicotine replacement therapy patches, gum, to prescription medications that can double your chances of success. Set a quit date. Choose a specific date within the next 2 weeks. Mark it on your calendar. This makes your goal real and gives you time to prepare. Identify your triggers. Do you smoke with your morning coffee? After meals? When you're stressed? Be aware of your triggers and plan alternative activities. Find support. You don't have to do this alone. Tell your family and friends about your plan. Join a support group or use a telephone quit line. Sharing the journey makes it easier. Be kind to yourself. There may be setbacks. If you have a cigarette, don't see it as a failure. See it as a learning experience and get right back on your plan. 2. Your action plan for embracing movement. If you've been sedentary for a long time, the idea of exercise can be intimidating. So let's forget that word and focus on one simple thing: movement. Start with micro movements. You don't need to go for a run. Start right where you are. While watching TV, do some gentle ankle circles and wrist rotations. Stretch your arms overhead. March your feet in place while sitting in your chair. The rule of 5. The biggest barrier is starting, so make a deal with yourself to move for just 5 minutes. That's it. To walk around your house for 5 minutes. Do 5 minutes of gentle stretching. Anyone can do 5 minutes. Often you'll find that once you start, you'll feel good and want to continue for a little longer. Embrace gentle activities. Walking. Start with a short walk to the end of your street and back. Gradually increase the distance as you feel more comfortable. Chair yoga. There are countless free videos online for chair yoga routines. They offer a safe and supported way to stretch and build strength. Stretching. Make gentle stretching a non-negotiable part of your morning routine to combat stiffness. The goal is not to become an athlete overnight. The goal is to break the cycle of stillness and reintroduce your body to the joy of movement. The information we've shared today might seem overwhelming, but the core message is incredibly simple and filled with hope.
Ow.
Smoking and a lack of movement are not life sentences. They are habits, and habits can be changed. You are standing at a crossroads. One path continues the silent sabotage, leading toward increased weakness, more illness, and a loss of the independence you cherish. The other path, the path of action, leads toward renewed strength, more energy, better health, and a future where you are in control. It is never too late to choose the better path. The benefits of quitting smoking and embracing movement begin the very day you start. Your age is not your limitation. Your habits are. Your vitality and your freedom are choices that you have the power to make, starting right now. Which of these two saboteurs will you decide to fight back against first? Share your commitment in the comments below. Your story could be the inspiration that someone else needs to see today. Please like this video if you found it valuable, and subscribe for more guides to help you live your strongest, healthiest life. Thank you for watching.